But I thank Rabbi Friedman for indulging me. And I hope everything was with respect. It was all met with great respect.
Let's go back to your question.
Yeah.
What difference does it make?
That's an important question.
Yeah. So I think everybody would agree. You can be 100% Torah observant and get to Gan Eden without asking any of these questions. The only area in which it makes a difference is doing it for him. Lishma. You can do Torah mitzvahs without lishma, you'll get to Gan Eden, everything will be great. But when it comes to the idea of doing it for him, or even when we say, Aseh lema'ancha, what is lema'ancha?
Right.
It's always lema'ana. There it makes a difference. Because if he doesn't really need it, then I can't enjoy doing it for him. So the lishma area, it makes a difference.
I understand. I believe that from my perspective, you can also say lama'ancha, and that it's tzarech gavoa, and all the language that Hashem gives to us to use, that it matters to him, without knowing that it essentially matters. And what I mean by that is, if my boss says to me, I'm not talking about my wife here or Rabbi Moskowitz, if my boss says to me, Ephraim, I need you to do this thing for me, I can draw tremendous satisfaction in doing it and giving it, and they say, thank you, I needed it, without ever discovering whether they really, really be'etzem needed it, or they wanted me to do it so they told me they needed it. I don't need to know. All I need to know is they communicated they needed it, I got it done, they gave me the feedback that they were grateful because something they needed I got done, and that feels great. Do I have to investigate further to decipher, did they be'etzem need it? Did they truly need it? Did it change them in the way? I don't need that. So I think we can get to lishma and lamancha and tzorach gavoa as the way Hashem communicates to us, and then to run to feel he needs it. And then he says, I just got nachas. You did what I needed, and I have tremendous nachas. And I can stop short of needing to know, but hold on. Let me in further. Let me into the most intimate recesses. Let me, Rabbi Moskowitz, take me with you to a therapist. Let's go under psychotherapy and let's go figure out whether you really, really, really needed it, or you just told me you needed it. No, you told me you needed it, and that's good enough for me. And the nachas you got from it, that's good enough for me. And I don't need to get into how deeply and how authentically and how genuinely and how really you needed it. You told me you needed it. You told me you got nachas as if you needed it. I feel good about having done it. What's next? Where am I needed next?
You feel good for having done it, and you will go to Gan Eden. But there's no joy in satisfying her, because you're not even sure she needs it.
No, I'm sure she told me she needs it.
So you're sure that she needs it?
I'm sure she told me she needs it.
I think that would be a crisis. And if I find out that my wife keeps saying I need and she doesn't need, I think this would be...
First of all, there's so many levels of need.
Right, but it's real. How real? Okay, fine. But if it's not real, and I know it's not real because she can't possibly need this.
I hear that, but I also come back to the fact that the expectation of our relationship with God is different than our expectations with humans.
Okay. That's why you can't really enjoy doing for him the simcha that we were talking about before. To have a greater pleasure in doing a mitzvah than the schar of Gan Eden,
right,
is only if he really, really needs it. Because I know that I'm doing it for him, not because I'm supposed to.
Again, if my father, who I respect among the greatest in the world, said to me, Ephraim, I need you to do this for me. And I did it. And he said, you give me great nachas, thank you. I appreciate I needed that. I don't have to go to my mother and say, Dad told me he needed it. Did he really need it or he didn't need it? And Dad, would you mind, let's go to a therapist because I'd like to hypnotize you and get into I need to know if you really, 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 really needed it. You told me you needed it. As a son, I did it because you said you needed it. You told me you got nachas from it. And that feels amazing without needing to go explore and plumb the depths of what it meant when you said needed it, how much you needed it, did it change your essence of needing it?
Because you don't question. If he says he needs it, you know he means it.
I don't question if Hashem says he needed it. I don't question that he chose to tell me.
Yeah, he chose. I see. So your father is more honest than your...
No, it's not that he's dishonest. It's that the whole premise of our whole experience with him is that the prerequisite to it is tzimtzum. So once you can see, my father doesn't have to be mitzamtzim himself. I'm not 5 years old. He doesn't have to say, help lift the box. My father doesn't have to be mitzamtzim himself. So I take it at face value. But the premise of the relationship with Hashem is that it begins through the filter of tzimtzum. Is that accurate?
Tzimtzum doesn't mean that it's not true.
I didn't say that it doesn't mean it's not true. But already it's filtered. Does tzimtzum not mean that every way that he relates to me is through the filter of tzimtzum?
The concept of tzimtzum is it's not a filter. It's actually not a filter at all. And the proof is that if Hashem just did the tzimtzum and stayed where it is, then you would be right that that's what Hashem, he wants to hide himself. But Kabbalah says, Chazar Beheir. Hashem went and brought back the light. What does that mean? He did not filter that light. That light,
then why did he have to be mitzamtzim?
Maybe the amount of light, but it's like a small slice of an apple is an apple. It's not any less than a bigger apple. So when Hashem says, when it says Kabbalah, Chazar Beheir, that the light came back, it's the same exact quality of light, no compromises.
Why did he have to do mitzamtzim?
So why did he do tzimtzum? He did the tzimtzum in a way that after that you could build ishtalshus. But the whole point is that the Chazar Beheir is he did not change the quality of light. So there's no...
So let me rephrase. For whatever reason he needed or wanted to be mitzamtzim, means by definition it's a different relationship. The other relationships in our lives did not require a prerequisite of tzimtzum. This one did. That means that these aren't the same. And to be continued. Rabbi Friedman.
I just wanted to say thank you, obviously, and how ironic we're sitting under Ivdu Es Hashem Besuk.
Absolutely. Does the Rav want to give the Tanya shir tomorrow? We have to have a guest give the Tanya shir.
On Zoom. No, but maybe that's a good point. Ali, 1 second. And 1 minute, because you're teaching Tanya. Maybe, obviously, Rabbi Friedman's been teaching Tanya for close to 50 years. Maybe, as you said, you're still just learning it now, teaching it for the first time. Is this taught in Tanya? Like, and if somebody hasn't learned it, maybe...
Am I going to make my way through Tanya and then do this again and say, Rabbi Friedman, it was all in there, you're 100% right, I was wrong. Is it in Tanya?
I hope so. That's all. Yeah, it's in Tanya.
In this language, in this...
Yeah, actually, I'm going to tell you something. I asked this guy who teaches Tanya very, very nicely. I said, can you sum up Tanya in one sentence? He says, I can sum it up in one word. I said, whoa, that's impressive. What is that word? He said, the word is mamish. We all know that you have to love your fellow Jew. The Tanya says, that means mamish.
Right.
It's not, make like you love. Either you do or you don't. It's mamish. Or you should feel humble before every person. And we all know that. The Tanya says, no, mamish. Right. The Tanya makes God very real.
Okay. I'm looking forward to part 3 of our conversation. All right, Yoni, thank you. Thank you to all those who came in person.